Hello all, let us now discuss about Pandas series and data frames. First of all, let us try to understand what is Pandas series. We all know that Pandas is a very important machine learning library. So Pandas is basically used in series as well as data frames. So what is meant by series? So a series is a form of sequentially listed one-dimensional arrays. So when I say it is an array, all the elements belong to one data type. So this can be created from lists, tuples, and also from arrays. So if you look at the name series, it is actually derived from Latin, which means that join or connect. So let us now try to understand what is data frame. So when I say data frame is a two-dimensional data structure that can store various types of data. So in layman term, if we want to understand the difference between series and data frame, I can say that series is unidimensional and data frame is multidimensional. So we can understand with the help of some examples. So let us now start with a series. How can we create a series? So whenever we want to import pandas, we need to write the code as import pandas as PD. So I'm writing this very slowly so that you can also write along with me and practice. In case if it is fetching any errors, if you are not able to solve it, you can put it in the chat box so that I can help you to solve the issues. I hope all of you are able to get it, right? So the first step, we need to import pandas. So whenever we use any machine learning algorithm, we start with the import numpy as np. The second code would be import pandas as pd. If you have missed numpy tutorial, I'll be giving the link in the description. Just you can go and look at that. I'm also sharing it in the chat. So you can have a look at it when you get time. So now we are importing pandas. So the alias what I'm using is PD. You can use PD or that is completely up to you. But by default, people would be using PD only. So I'm going to use series now. So PD dot series. So you have to be very much careful. Just because I have used alias PD, I'm rewriting PD here, which is nothing but pandas. Exactly. When you write series, be careful. If you write a small s, it will not work. So it should always be an uppercase. So PD dot series. So let me start by giving some data. Maybe I'm giving a data like a male, female, male, male, and female. So let me run this code. You can see that I could create a data now, right? So this is nothing but a series. So how did I create this? I have created this from a list. Can you understand? I have created this series from this list. So now one more way I will show you. Let me import NumPy also. Import NumPy as NP. I hope you can recollect this. So I'm just showing you the same with the help of NumPy now. So let me write pd.series. So let me paste this pd.series and I'm writing using NP. So what is the code for creating an array using NumPy? np.array, right? And then now, if I run this, let me see whether it is working. Yes, I could create a series from NumPy also. Fine. So now, if you want to assign Maybe like in case if you want to create with iterable dict or scalar value also, we can actually do it. So let me call it like gen equal to. So let me run this code. I will show you what is the type of this type. Just because I named it as gen, I'm writing. So you can see that it is a series. Fine. So here the data type is the series. I hope this is clear, right? So we can also create series with the help of a dictionary. So let me show you how we can do this. Maybe I can give a name here. You can name it in any way. So dictionary means it should have this curly braces, right? So all of you know that. It should also have key value data structure, right? So let me give a key, maybe A, and I'm writing like, okay, maybe some number randomly I'm giving B, and then this is 2. So you may be thinking like whether the key should be inside the inverted comma. No, it is not like that. Just because it is a string, I'm writing it inside the inverted comma. Maybe I can show you with another example. Maybe I'm writing like 3, right? And I'm writing like 4 colon, and maybe I'm writing something like this, right? So let me run this. Yes, it is working perfectly, right? So in case if I want to create series from this, what I am supposed to write? Exactly, you are right. PD dot series. And what is the name? Let me run this. Yes. So you can see that I could create a series now. In case if I want to get the type, what I am supposed to write? Type. And what is the name I have given here? DIC. Let me run this. You can see that it is basically a dictionary, right? So what I can do now, in case if I am giving some other name now, dic underscore one maybe, right? So that I can show you how it is actually changing. You can see that again it is a series, right? So I could create a series also from a dictionary, right? In case if I write dot index, let me see what it is giving. You can see that I'm getting AB 3, 4. Oh, what are these AB 3 and 4? These are nothing but keys, right? These are basically keys. So index arrays can be selected using index attributes of the series class, right? So in case if I want to get only the values, what I am supposed to write? Brilliant. Yes. Dic underscore one dot values. Let me run this. You can see the values now. 1, 2, see 15. Can you see that? The second one, right? Perfect. So you can see that again here, there is object data type, right? So that is what I'm getting here. So let me also try to create a series with a list. So this time what I'm doing now, let me give some name here, list underscore one, which is equal to, let me try with the different data types, right? So that you can understand it better. Maybe I will write today's date, 2023, and this is month, and then the date today is 16, correct, comma, and then I'm also writing something like 17.26, and I'm writing my name here, and also I'm writing some number. Let me also write a Boolean data type, right? So let me run this. This is working perfectly. So let me create a series now, right? So how to write this now? I can write pd dot series, and then this is, right? So I can write this. If you want to give any name here, you can give it over here, right? So it's up to you. Whatever you want to give, you can give it. So let me run this now. And sorry, so you can see that it is getting created. Hope it is clear. Now, in case if I want to get the index of this, what I'm supposed to write? Index, you can see that it is showing me the index like start equal to 0, stop equal to 5, step equal to 1. Can you see that here? Because the index is being represented like integer, like range index object, right? So here, let me add something else also, right? 13, okay. So can you understand what it means here? Again, now you can see that stop 7. In case if I delete all this, what will happen? Yes, I hope the concept is clear, right? So this is about the series, right? So let us now try to understand about the data frame. So already we have discussed about the data frame that it can be multi-dimensional, I told you, right? There can be rows and also columns, right? So there can be any number of columns, there can be any number of rows, right? So let us now try to create a data frame. It's not very complicated. It is so simple. You can see PD dot data frame. Be careful. D should be capital. F should be capital. It is very simple to remember. If it is linear regression, capital L, capital R. Linear regression, capital L, capital R. Decision tree regressor means decision, capital D, tree, capital T, regressor, capital R. Right? So this is how it actually works. So PD dot data frame in the sense capital D and capital F. So I'm just going to create a data frame now, right? So let me try to do with the help of dictionary. Okay, so I'm going to give a column called name. Okay, so in the name column, I'm going to give some names. I'm just passing it as a list. Okay, so let me give a name here, right? Might be Lata, comma, and then maybe I'm writing Prema, and then I'm writing something like data, right? So the next one, so you can see a column here, right? Name, Lata, Prema, and data. If you want, you can replace this with some name also, right? You can write something like Alan, right? Any name you can write it over here. Say I want to add another column now, right? So the next column I'm going to add, say for example, age column I want to add. Again, it is a string, so I'm writing it inside the inverted comma. So let me pass the age now, right? So let me write something like 21, comma 22, comma 34, right? So I'm also going to add another column. So you can add how many columns if you want, you can add it, right? So maybe like the sex, I want to add it here. Maybe I can write like, right? So here I'm writing female, comma, again female, and again I'm writing male here, right? So if it is not working, if it is throwing any error, we would be able to solve it. Don't worry about it, right? Fine. So let's now see how how we can make this to work, right? So male, correct. Let me run and show you what is happening here. I will run and show this to you. So let me run this. You can see that it is throwing an error here. Can you see that? What is the reason? You can see that this is not actually ended. So immediately the error get solved, right? So let me run this code now. Yeah, can you see that? So I could create a tabular column now, right? So name, age, and sex. I could create a tabular column now, right? So I can tell you that a data frame is a two-dimensional data structure which can store various types of data. Because you can see that this is categorical, or I can say that it is basically a string data type. And also you can see numerical. Here, basically, I have stored it as integer data type. Hope it is clear, right? So if you take only this column, this is basically series, name. This is series. Age, this is series. Sex, this is series, right? I hope this is clear. Fine. So now in case if I want to consider, or if I want to, if I am interested only in age column, so how can I do that? So I'm writing df age, right? Let's see whether it is working or not. Huh. So I have written df. So I didn't write any name here, right? So let me assign it like df equal to. Now you can see that it is working perfectly, right? So I could get the age, right? Age, if you see 21, 22, 34, that is getting printed here. So in case if I want to get the type, what can I write? Type. So what would be the data type? Do you think integer? Is it so? Let's see. I told you, right? Each column is series, right? So we are getting the output as a series, right? So in case if I'm writing age and then I'm writing 0. So let's see what is the output now, right? So let me print this so that you can understand it better, right? So let me try to get the output. You can see that 21 because this is 0, right? In case if I write 1, the output should be 22. Perfect. In case if I am writing df dot columns, you can see that I'm getting all the column names here, right? So in case if I'm writing df 0, what am I getting? Just like that, I'm writing df 0. You can see that it is throwing an error. It's not able to identify. It is actually throwing a key error, right? Because we are supposed to write the, in case if I am writing like this, right? So if I am writing, so what should be the output now? I am expecting Lata as the output. Let's see. Yes, you can see that it is working perfectly, right? I hope it is. So let us now write, let us now try to create two series now. So pd dot series, let me write 0, 1, 2. Randomly, you can give some numbers. I'll show you what all mistakes we may do. Say I'm writing index is equal to, okay. Likewise, what I'm doing, I'm also writing some other series now. Okay, let me run this. Let's see whether it is working or not. So you can see that length of values 5 does not match the length of the index 3. So what is the error here? You can see that there are 5 and here if you see only 3. That is the reason it is actually throwing an error, right? So let me check now. This would be working fine, right? So let me write ser1. You can see that it is working fine. Let me write 2. Okay. So this I need to name it like 2. So now I can see that it is working, right? So now let me try to add these two, right? Plus, right? So let me try to add it. What is happening here, right? If you see that, before that, let me print this, right? Also, let me write Okay, the first one, if you see, for 0, if you see, we are getting it like a NAND. The reason 0, here in series 1, we have it, but in series 2, there is no 0. So what are we getting? Not a number. In case if you take this 1, here we have 0, here we have 1. So 0 plus 1 is 1, right? So let me take something randomly for 2. If you take this is 1, for 2 it is 2, right? So 2 plus 1 should be 3. Let me see. Yes, right? So the next one, if you see, again there is another 2, right? Another 2, if you take here 4, and here if you see, right, 4, and here we have another 1. So 4 plus 1 is 5. Fine. So what is happening here? If it is there in both the series, both the data frames, it will be working fine. Otherwise, we would be getting the output as NaN. So let me try to replace this with some other data so that you can understand it better. So let me write like cricket, football, baseball, right? So let me find. So likewise here, let me copy this. And also I'm adding basketball here. Okay. Yes, because of this index, you can see that, right? So let me write some other number to get more clarity. Fine. So you can see that this is basically the index, right? So what I'm doing now, I'll change this as index, right? Likewise, this one I will change it to index to get more clarity. Fine. Let's see if it is not working, we can correct it. No issues, right? Positional argument follows, okay. Yeah, you can see that this should be the numbers, right? So you can see 0, 1, and 2 cricket, football, and baseball, comma, 0, 1, and 2. Okay, so positional argument. Fine. So let me run this. You can see that only in the second one there is an error, right? So what I'm going to do now, the same way, let me put it over here. It is clearly showing that positional argument error, right? So from that we can find out the issue here. So index is equal to, yeah. So index is equal to, let me delete this. Yeah, perfect. Yeah, so that you can understand it now, SER2 plus SER1. So let's take this one. Cricket is 0. Cricket is 11. 11 plus 0 should be 11. You can see that cricket is 11. And also football, if you take 12, and here again football is 1. 12 plus 1 should be 13. Baseball, if you take, baseball is not here. You can see that here we have only basketball. Likewise, if you see here, here there is only baseball, no basketball. That's the reason we get NaN here. I hope now it is clear, right? So whatever you want to do, any kind of operations, if you want to do, you can see that it would be working. It would be working fine. Baseball, basketball, cricket, and football, right? So I hope it makes sense now. So it is very important that it should be there in both, right? So that is the most important thing we should remember. So in case if I want to add only this, right? From this, if I want to add it, what I can do, I can just write sum, right? You can see that 3, right? 0 plus 1 plus 2. In case if I write for this one, what will I get? Yes, 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 yes. Find out quickly. 36, 13 plus 12 plus 11, right? So that is basically 36. In case if I want to get the mean of it, let's see whether it is working or not. Yes, the mean is 1. In case if you want to get median, we can write very in a simple way. Median is 1. In case if I find the median, what will I get? 12, right? So let's check it out. Yeah, median is actually 12, right? Very simple. In case if I want to get the maximum, what should be the output? 2. Let me try with that. Likewise, here if I write max, 13 is the maximum value. You can see. In case if I write minimum, what will I get? You can also try for the next one, right? 0, right? In case if I want to get the standard deviation, what can I write? Very simple. STD. Standard deviation is 1 for the first one. Here, if I write STD, you can get like, here also the standard deviation, I'm getting it like 1. In case if you want to get variance, you can write like VAR, right? Very simple. In case if I want to sort the values, right? But let me change this now. 3, 1, comma 2, right? So in case if I want to sort it, right? So how can I do that? Sort underscore values, right? So once you do that, you can see that it is getting sorted. Football, the second one is basically the minimum one, right? So you can see that it is getting sorted down. Perfect. Likewise, we can also apply lambda function to the series. So let me show you how can we do that. Say, let me name it like a 3 now equal to pd dot series. Let me give some data now, 11, 12, and 13, right? And I'm giving something like roll number, something like that, right? So name, right? So what I'm going to do now, let me run this. Yes, it is working fine. Say, for example, I want to add 10 to all the numbers, right? So what I'm writing, plus 10 equal to, I'm using lambda function here. We know that, right? X colon x plus, right? So what I'm going to do now, let me try for, can you see that? So I want to do it for 5. So 5 plus 10 is equal to 15, right? So in the same way, if I want to do in this data, right? So how can I write that? What is the name I have given here? SER3. I'm writing SER3 dot apply because I need to apply lambda. So how I want to do that? X colon, the expression I'm writing. So can you see that it was 11, 11. You can see that it is getting changed to 21. In case if I'm writing something like this, you can see that accordingly it would be changing. Perfect. So we can also use lambda function here. I hope this is clear to everyone, right? If you have any questions, you can put it in the chat. Okay. Then we will also look into the data set, how to use data set with the pandas. I hope it is clear to everyone. Thank you.